I'm turning this barren and dusty bush parcel into not a putting green. We need some beautiful grass areas to have to mow, to test equipment. This is the sort of look I'm going for. I'm not saying we'll get there, but this is the kind of thing I want. Last week I started by slotting in these sandstone blocks into place with no experience, but it turned out to be good enough for me. This week we want a garden bed that will fit in with the natural bush setting. We're trying to turn this barren bush area into a lush green lawn oasis. If you missed the first episode, we did that sandstone wall in the back there. The video's up, you can go check that out if you want. If you want to know exactly what's going on, the project is this. It's got a really nice feel, this area. I want it to have a golf green feel. It's not going to be a golf green. It is not a golf green. We won't be mowing low or anything, but I want that sort of feel. We're going to have a garden bed on the left-hand side here, all the way around to that sandstone. A big turf area in a interesting shape. I'm not 100% sure what yet. I still want access up there for any sort of vehicles like this. The Hawk Carts Razorback, which has been super helpful for me. So around here will be still somewhat road-like or path-like. Nothing sort of formal, but the grass will be on this side. We're going to a lot of work to do before we get there, and today's task is the start of this garden bed. There's a beautiful natural rock face here, and I just feel like it lends itself to a native garden bed here. We will be going to the nursery to pick up some plants. Now, we are unfortunately somewhat limited in the plants that we can have here, and the reason for that is we get deer here, which they're very nice to see, but they do like to eat most of your plants. There's certain types that they don't seem to be as attracted to, so we kind of need to stick to them. Here's a selection of plants that they don't seem to be all that attracted to, which everything else they just obliterate. This garden's had a heavy cutback in autumn and has started just absolutely going nuts, which is great. Have a look at the regrowth on this. I went to absolute town on these things. Look at the beautiful colours. It's all just, there's more coming back. The reason I did it was a very, very dense garden bed, and a lot of these plants were just massive and choking each other out. We had some dead ones in there, so we gave everything a prune back, put some ground cover in there. We will be putting some more in. Some haven't lasted because some have been transplanted, but it's going very, very well. This is also going to be a turf area, which is why it's no longer alive. They are the style of plants that we'll probably have in there. I'd love to have a bit more variety, but also don't want to be spending money on things that are effectively deer food. Now, as per normal, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, so I had the idea I'm just going to blow off as much as I can the leaves off the rock face into where the garden bed's going to be. And then I just thought I'd fill the flail and kind of use him as a bit of a cultivator and see what that looks like. I've then got a native mixed garden soil coming, which will be here today. I'll get them to back it in there. I can spread it out. And then I guess in theory, it's ready for plants. I'm really not trying to overthink this or overdo this because we do have such large areas. Yeah, that's the plan. So let's get blowing. Okay, that seemed to work okay. We didn't have any snakes run out, which was nice. Let's see if we can blitz all this up now with Bill. I haven't done this before, but I've blitzed up bushes with him, and he goes quite low, so I figure that's one way to get rid of it. Surely all this has got to be some garden goodness anyway. I could be wrong, but we're going to give it a crack. very dusty, but actually working even better than I thought it would. Look how mulched up all that is. That's great. Fill is filthy. Yeah, obviously not its intended use, but yeah, in a matter of minutes, to be able to go from that to that, it's just wild. Surely it shows on camera how well that's done. I feel like I can now just dump the soil on top of there. Surely this will all just break down nicely now. Fill is a little filthy though. I am so excited about this bed. Going to have some steel edging in some curves going around there, out there, all the way to the sandstone. I have ordered that. Super excited for that too. It's like, I think 5 or 6 mil. Got some really good stuff. Now I'm just waiting for the soil to arrive. Spent $525 on 5 cube of soil. Probably should have measured, I mean, that'll be more than enough, I think, or will it? Soil is so much more expensive than you would think. Soil and sand are so much more expensive than you would think, especially once you start getting it a bigger scale. Soil has arrived. That's what 5 cube of native garden soil looks like. Have a look at that. Or also $525. That's what $525 looks like. Doesn't look like a lot in a big area. I'm just going to start spreading it now with the excavator and see what sort of coverage we can get. All right, I spread it out not perfectly because I've got to put the edge in still anyway, so that'll do. I'm going to go and get some plants now. I'm going to Sydney's Plant Market, which is a nursery near me. We want to get some natives to start to fill out this garden bed. I can't imagine we'll get enough today. It's a decent sized bed. I also have to do behind the sandstone wall as well, so there's quite a bit of planting out to do. I did roll out some of the dirt that was here. It's interesting now that I've done that and, you know, cleaned up that garden bed, the actual lay of the land, it kind of looks different. Like it's much higher up there than I thought it was. I will be filling down here a bit with some turf underlay. I'm not trying to achieve a bowling green flat surface here. I like the undulations, so when I do get the underlay, I'm just going to kind of slap it down and go with whatever we get. You know, my previous lawns have been in new estates on small blocks, just as much turf as I can fit in up to the fence and kind of looking like a jail yard, so lots of straight lines and all that sort of stuff. This is very different. I'm really liking it. It's really growing on me. But let's go get some plants. Our only issue is that, like, we're just trying to...
Snails, this stuff.
Well, I hope, yeah, it's just...
It's a bit taller, but you do get that little flower to
That's
it.
kind of cool, yeah.
I like
So,
that flower.
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
I like that.
You could mix that in with those other grasses to get your heights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would get a couple.
Yeah, we will.
Easy as.
We can't get too many new things because we have deer and they
Deer won't eat these.
won't? Okay.
No.
All right, lovely.
I know what the deer eat.
Yeah, okay.
We've got a wallaby problem here, but deer won't touch these.
Yeah.
But if you sort of go anything like your, like Photinia red robins and things like magnolias, they'll just smash those.
Yeah. All right, yeah, we'll grab a bit of a mix.
Yeah, they're really, really nice. I'd definitely grab a couple of them.
And have you got back here, what are they, like the bottle brush, all that sort of stuff?
Up the top.
Right, yeah, okay. Yeah, beautiful.
I've got them all up the top for you.
We're going to grab some of these. I can't remember what he said they were, but they flower. Look at this. Nice little flower. Oh, did I grab one without a flower? Have a look at these. So they've got that grassy look, and then look at that beautiful flower on it.
I love this
Well, I think it's beautiful anyway. So we're going to grab some of them. But there's plenty of lomandras there. There's a few different types, which we do like, and they fill out nicely too. We'll just grab 2 of them to start, or? Oh, grab 4, she says. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. They don't seem to eat the lomandras. Are these the Hystrix ones? These are very popular apparently. Bit of a finer leaf. These ones a bit of a fatter leaf. Can't remember the name. But they do all right. And then we've got these ones, which I really like. Nicole's not a massive fan of.
Spinifex?
Plenty here. Yeah, they're the same as them. So I'm going to go wild and get a bunch of these to fill out that garden bed, as well as some of the like bottle brush stuff out the front. Callistemon, whatever they're called. I'll learn. It's a shame. There's so many beautiful plants here, but we're kind of just limited in what we can get. All right, we went a little bit crazier than, well, not crazy. I feel like we'll still need more plants once we plant these out anyway, because it's a very large garden bed. Got some grevilleas, which are these ones are honey gem. So nice yellow, orangey flower. Have a look at that. That looks sick. We already get a lot of birds, very attracted to the gardens. And this says bird attracting, so we do like the idea of that. Not sure how they'll go with the deer. We do have some grevilleas that they have left, some they haven't. So we've got a couple of them. Here's another one. This one's got a really yellow leaf on it. Really yellow flower on it. I didn't used to like these, but they're really starting to grow on me. A lot of the Australian natives, until we moved out where we are now. And then the callistemons. We got a bunch of these big red bottle brush things, and again, the birds absolutely go nuts for them. Not sure how they'll go, but I really like those. I've got a couple of these, that look like this in the bush currently, and they are doing well. This one I saw down there, again, I don't even want to try and pronounce it. Something basil, Chamila matata basil. Nah, give up. It is an Australian name. It looks very nice, doesn't it?
It's very pretty. I'd like 2 of those.
We're just going to get one and see how the deer go with it first. I'm very happy with that selection. We're going to be coming, what's this? This is a Christmas bush. You wanted this, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Grows up to 5 metres. I don't know, I'm not sold on that one, but you picked it. I feel like we're going to need more, but I don't want to overcommit and then just have them sitting around in pots drying out. So if we've got to make a 2nd trip, 3rd trip, 4th trip, so be it. All right, let's go pay for these. All right, so plant shopping was a success. We've got, I don't know how many I got. There's like just over 30 plants there. When you put them in a pile here, it doesn't really doesn't take up a lot of space. We are going to be spreading them out. I also asked them to get in some more mature callistemons. Yeah, so these bottle brush type things. So I want to put maybe 2 more mature ones in that bed, more towards the back, and then some smaller stuff up the front, and then some more mature ones across the sandstone. As excited as I am to get them in the ground, I have to do this first. I went to the irrigation store as well while I was out. I swear, every time I go there, I spend minimum $250, sometimes $500, $600, $700. Irrigation, man, it is so expensive. But no point planting these if we can't water them, especially when they're new. Having irrigation has been one of the biggest projects on this place. I didn't really document a lot of it. I've got this 23,000 litre tank or something here. I also have a 50,000 litre one down the back that I did get in myself. Made a base down there for it with the mini excavator. Got my boss John over to help me, who showed up after it was done, so I appreciate that, John. Yeah, it is a big tank down there. So that's one of our water supplies. This is the other one. And this is what we'll be feeding this lawn and garden project down here. So all we need to do is tap into it. I have seen multiple snakes in here, so fun coming through here. It's very simple setup. I've got 2 lines there. One goes into the tank and one comes out and just goes all the way along the bush, or for about 100 meters down there, and has multiple tap points off it. So we just need to put a T off the one coming from the tank, run it down here, just across that hill there. At some point we're going to cross over, dig a little trench with the excavator, then go through the bush and back through the rock. There's a handy little gap there that I can run it through. Super simple to do. The biggest job obviously is just doing a little trench. that's all we really need. Doesn't need to be trenched through the bush there. It'll get covered over with leaves and stuff in no time anyway. I hate doing any sort of trenching here. There's so much like rock straight under. Then when you want to go and backfill, I just worry that when it gets compacted, it's just going to crush this. So then it just makes, maybe I'm just over worrying, but I end up getting better fill around it. Yeah, so then instead of just being able to just throw it all back on, it takes so much longer. But that'll do. All right, so just give it a little clean out. I am going to backfill it with some better stuff. I'm just going to hook it up at the other end first. Make sure I've got the length right. So it is this one here. And that's a perfect little T. So all we need to do is cut that. Still make sure we cut the right one. Fit this T. These things are ridiculously expensive for what they are, but they seem to work pretty well. I almost got the wrong one. How crazy is that? That is the right one there. Let's go. Probably be a bit of water in there. I've worked out my pruning shears are pretty good at cutting this stuff too. Reasonably clean, if not a little lopsided. There we go. So just with the aid of a mallet, these are super easy to fit. Just put those collars on, that nipple, or whatever you call it, pull that back like that. We repeat it on the other side. I've seen some people complain about these fittings and say they leak, but so far I haven't had any issues. Very easy to put together. All we need is a mallet really. And that's our T fitted. Now we can run the new line straight off there. Let's maybe tidy this up a bit. I'm sure there'll be some irrigation person that's having a fit that I'm using that to cut it, but I don't know, it seems to work. There we go. Take our rubbish. So that's that end done. So then that goes down that bank there, crosses over to the area. There we go. I feel a little bit more comfortable now. I had a big pile of 80-20 turf underlay, not the most cost-effective way to backfill, but it's 80% sand, so it's got to be better than a lot of these sharp rocks, I guess. Maybe I'm being just overcautious, but it's annoying backfilling with all this garbage. We'll get this covered over now. Okay, now no one would almost never know we disturbed this. That's a lie. Again, let me know if I'm like being overkill, but I don't know, just surely if you're just putting all rocks on top of it, it has the potential to squish it or penetrate it. I don't know, it's done now. So it comes out of the ground there. Just going to weave it through here. So I will be putting a post in there at some point. I just want to get water down here to start with so we can make sure these plants don't die. Snake or lizard? Can you hear it? I'll probably chuck some soil over that at some point too. So here's our temporary tap. There's just one of these Filmac connections that then go to a threaded fitting, and then we reduce it down to the valve size, and then we can chuck our little tap connector on there and we're ready to go. And I should be able to go and pressurize the system and have water. Water on, water off. Very simple. Turn the water back on, test if we've got any leaks. Hopefully not. Water back on, pump on. Hopefully fill up those tap lines. We'll go and check first at that T, make sure that's not leaking. Oh, that was silly. I could hear water running. I forgot that I turned this on last night to drain it. Good thing I remembered. So we get decent pressure. Alright, so I think that's good. The next connection is down at the tap here, so should be right. We're also dry down here. Let's turn this on. Let's see if we can get some water. Maybe if we turn it the right way. Yes. Ah, how good is that? We have water. Let's give these babies some water now. It seems like such a simple thing. There's gonna be a bit of air in that line. Get that out. Okay. Yeah, it seems like such a simple thing, having water that you take for granted if you're on town water, but when you don't have it and you have to run it everywhere, you feel like God. It's so cool. I'm so happy about that. Now just going to place them in the garden bed to try and get a feel for where I want to put them. I have no idea. I'm terrible at this aspect to it, but surely greening it up is going to only make it look better. All right, I didn't show the planting process just because it was just all over the shop, but that's what we've got. I don't know, it might not be for everyone. Callistemons, Lomandras, Grevilleas. So once all these start flowering, they're going to look, it's going to be a bit more colour here. Some yellows from the Grevilleas, some reds like that from the Callistemons. I really like these too. Look at these little yellow flowers. Still got to do there. We're going to get some more plants for there. I have my metal edging on the way, but it won't be here for a few days, so this will be the end of this video. But I get the most satisfying bit last, which is watering, and it is just amazing to have water down here. This is what's put off planting anything down here, plus having a million other things to do. But yeah, now we have water here, we can get this looking hopefully beautiful. Still so much to come. So yeah, this is just the beginning, but I definitely wanted to get all of this in before we started the turf, otherwise we'd just be trampling it. Hopefully you can join me to see this through. I'm really excited about this project. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.